Hey everybody, Norm Rieger from HH Remodeling here. It's February in New Jersey. It's cold outside, the beard's growing out, and I want to show you a renovation we're working on. Now this is true textbook renovation. It's not new construction, it's tying a lot of new in with a lot of old. It's not a gut renovation, it's a partial gut renovation. So walk around with me, I'll show you what's going on, and we'll keep you posted on this job as we get closer to the finish line. But for now, I want you to see it in the rough form. Remember, rough construction is after we finish the framing, do all our rough mechanicals, plumbing, electric, HVAC, and we're getting ready for insulation and then drywall when it all comes together. But right now, I just want to give you a peek on what we did and show you around the house a bit. Let's go. All right, so what we are looking at right now is a new second-story addition, not a new two-story addition. A two-story addition is when we go out and add 2 stories to the back or the side of a home. In this case, they had this existing sunroom. We verified that it had footings underneath it that can support a second floor, and the architect drew basically an addition over this room only. It's about the only addition in the house. The rest of it is all interior renovation and a new finished basement. But what we had to do is we had to put a new ceiling structure, which is also the floor structure for upstairs, and a new area upstairs, which we're going to go up and take a look at in a minute, that has a new master closet, new master bath, basically creating the old small primary bedroom as now an ensuite bedroom. So what I'm looking at right now is new framing. We have some laminated LBL joists that are carrying the load over here. We have standard traditional dimensional framing lumber. We have all our rough mechanicals, our plumbing for the bathroom upstairs, all of our wiring, and this is the framing from below. This is what it looks like. So we've talked about this before. On everybody's wish list is open concept, right? So they had their architect draw up a floor plan that is an open concept. Kitchen's gonna be over here. This is gonna be sort of a multi-purpose room with kitchen flow through, a nice island so they can still see the fireplace. And the biggest part of the project was this was a wall where I'm standing right now. They wanted that wall removed. Well, this is quite a span. And depending on the span, which is the width, and the load above it, that determines the size of the beam. And that beam is a big boy. If you can see right there, it's about a 20-inch triple laminate beam. That beam is required to handle the span and the load above in order to take this wall out. So think about it, when you want to open up and remove a load-bearing wall, smaller opening, smaller beam. Larger opening, larger beam, and when you get really large, you're talking steel. In this case, we didn't have to do a steel beam because the clients were okay with what's called a drop beam. That's a beam you could see after we sheetrock. But if they needed that beam up inside the ceiling where you didn't want to see it, that requires a lot of steel because the wood, even at 20 inches, is going to support this load. But if it only was going to be 10 inches, we'd need a lot of steel in there in order to support the same span. So I'm standing in what's going to be the kitchen, and it's a little dark over there right now and there's not much to show you, but they designed it in a way that they wanted to have it done. So over here, just off the kitchen, is going to be a mud room to the attached garage where we're going to do some custom built-ins, cubbies, lockers for sporting equipment, jackets for the kids to take off their stuff after school. There's going to be a powder room for entertaining on the first floor so you don't have to send your guests up to the second floor bathroom. And a laundry room on the first floor, so no more trips down to the basement and up to the second floor to do laundry, right here in the middle of the 3 floors. Bottom line is having a laundry room, a mud room, and a powder room right off your kitchen is something a lot of people appreciate, and we're happy to oblige. Heading down into this newly finished basement space. So when the clients bought this home, it was just one big semi-finished basement. All the mechanicals, which we need, were where they are. There's a little bit of a drop ceiling over on that side, but not much of a finished basement. So their architect drew a really cool plan. It involves a wine room, a playroom, a gym room, some finished storage, and we really got a lot of square footage out of the basement like we do, because if you think about it, the basement is the full size of the square footage of the home above it. So it's not cheap to finish a basement, but it's really effective because you're adding double the real estate you have of your first floor in your existing foundation. And it's a great value, and it's great practical value for you and your family. Places for the kids, places to entertain, places to work out, a wine room, sometimes even a home theater, and you still have room for all the necessary equipment that we need. Our mechanicals, our water heater, our electric circuit breaker panel, water filtration systems, sump pumps, and all that stuff that goes along with keeping everything inside the house running. Come on, I'll show you around. So even with all the compartmentalization that we did, meaning we built a lot of rooms in one big room, this is still a pretty significantly sized great room or family room. Lots of square footage here, plenty of room for sofas, TVs, ping pong table, whatever you need. All right, so this is what I was talking about downstairs. This is the second story addition that we put on top of the existing sunroom. What we're standing in right now is the master bedroom. Not supposed to say that anymore. I think we're supposed to say primary bedroom, but I'm a creature of habit. So here in the primary bedroom, we added on a large walk-in closet, almost a little hallway that leads to the new primary bathroom suite. So come on in here and we'll show you what's going on. Fairly large walk-in closet, going to fill it with custom shelving on both sides. Not quite big enough for an island or furniture pieces, but it's a really good sized closet. As you can see, this is framed with good sized ceiling height, so it's going to feel big when you're in here, even when it's full with clothing and accessories. Now, where my cameraman is standing is in the little hallway that had to be created so that we could have this closet and still have a functional primary bath. So I'm walking into the bath. We have the water closet. So this is going to be where the toilet goes, but it is going to have a privacy door so that people could still use the bathroom, shower, and someone could have privacy in the water closet area. Over here we have medium-sized shower, glass door, custom bench, all the typical plumbing for handhelds, and a recessed light inside the shower. This is the main bathroom itself. The large vanity is going to be over here with 2 sinks, and over here is going to be a freestanding bathtub. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fixtures. This is a 5-fixture bathroom, 2 sinks, toilet, shower, tub, and we even had room to tuck a linen closet in over here, so you don't have to leave to go back to the hallway for your towels and everything you need for the primary bath. So for those of you who are on the new Instagram and my faithful followers on YouTube, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube or TikTok or LinkedIn, make sure you follow our new Instagram page. We had a thing happen and we lost a lot of content, so we had to create a new Instagram page. It is HH Remco. Look up HH Remco on the gram and you will find us repopulating with new content. In the meantime, throwback to about 3 years ago when I was teaching everybody what this is. So you know this is plumbing, right? This is the drain for the sink. This is the hot and cold water coming in and going back out for the sink. And this piece of white PVC pipe goes up and is going to go out through the roof. We talked about this years ago. Not a lot of people know this. This is a vent pipe. Not a vent like you would think about with heating, but a vent pipe to let air flow behind water so that when your sink drains and your toilet drains and your shower drains, it doesn't create a vacuum and gurgle. We allow air to flow behind water for smooth draining. This is a vent pipe, and if you drive around your neighborhoods and you start looking at roofs, you'll see little white pipes sticking out all over the place. That's what that is. It's a vent pipe for your plumbing system, not a vent pipe for like your dryer or your kitchen exhaust fan. Different kind of vent, but way more important, honestly. This is a simple service loop. What's a service loop? It's a really clean way of doing electrical work. Instead of having the wires run directly to the switches with no slack whatsoever, if these wires get cut too short and you got to put on a switch, or you have to do maintenance or change switches in the future, or there's some pulling that needs to be done or slight movement or adjustment of the location of the boxes or the fixtures that the box and the switches go to, service loop. A good electrician always throws a service loop in. That's why you see this, and it doesn't just go straight down into the box. I got asked about this a few times, and I also had a lot of people in the comments, especially you electricians out there. But yes, service loop. If you think I'm wrong or you have something to say so in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. This is going to be the hall bath with a walk-in shower, half wall so that the room feels bigger. If we built this full wall, the shower would feel kind of like a phone booth. But when you do a half wall and you have a piece of glass here, now what you have is a small room that feels bigger when you're inside because your view isn't obstructed by a solid wall. So visually, you get that little game where the room itself feels bigger by doing a half wall instead of a full wall with the shower. And right next to that bathroom is another bathroom. 2 hall baths, 1 primary bath, and one bathroom on the first floor, and then another bathroom in the basement. So no shortages of bathrooms in this house. This one happens to have a standard bathtub. So we have a hall bath with a tub, we have a hall bath with a shower, and then we have the primary bath all here on the second floor.